Live.
Hey there, it's Corey and Denise with Does Size Matter, and we are back for our second live.
We are. We had a great show.
We did. It was
Yeah.
really fun. We enjoyed working with the dealerships. We had Jubilee RV and South Thompson RV and Country Camping.
Yes. Yeah.
And they did great work for us in showing us their rigs that they wanted to put up. And of course, they put those on sale to share with everybody else.
Yeah, it was fun going through them with you.
Totally fun. So we love doing that, and we'll probably do some more of those into the future. But so the point of today's live is to have some chats with the dealerships. We also have a rep with us, and we're going to introduce them to you in a few minutes, and we will get started. But we also know there's a big lag sometimes, so we're going to give you guys a few minutes to join us, and then we'll talk about how lives work, right? Lives can be a bit intimidating to some folks sometimes, but we want you to participate.
Yes.
We want you to leave us some comments and ask some questions.
In order to do that, though, don't they have to sign up for YouTube?
Yeah.
Which YouTube calls it creating an account. I don't really like that they call it that.
No, creating a channel.
A channel. But it's really, you don't have to create it. You're not creating content on a channel. It's basically just a sign up to YouTube. And then you can comment on any live video going forward.
That's right. So don't be intimidated by that. If they ask you to make an account or make a channel or something, you don't have to become YouTubers. Just go ahead and do that, and then you can comment. So if there's any of you out there already with us, just give us a wave, say hello in the comments, tell us where you're at, and we'll go from there.
Mm-hmm.
So the plan for today's live, we are going to, I do keep notes. We're going to introduce the people from the dealerships and the rep that we've got with us, and we may have another rep joining us. So we'll let you know if they join us as well. And we did put links in the description here to everybody. So if you have other questions outside of this or something that you didn't get answered, you'll be able to contact those dealerships. And we're going to just have a general chat, your questions. We have some questions. And what else were we going to do?
Well, the giveaway. We're going to announce the giveaway.
Yeah. So we had tons of entries.
Mm-hmm.
So that was very cool. And we have picked the winners.
Yes.
3 of you. Hopefully, wouldn't it be cool if you, the winners, were actually on the live today? That would be very cool.
Mm-hmm.
But how that is going to work, because there are some rules around that, is that the winners that we've picked, we're going to tell you who you are throughout the live today, and then we'll be sending you an email. And you've got, I think, about 48 hours, check the terms and conditions to be sure on that, to claim your prize. So hopefully you're watching, but anyways, you are going to get an email, and then you just claim the prize, and we will make all the necessary arrangements and have some discussion with you. And
so if they miss that 48-hour window, I guess we redraw.
We do. You do forfeit the prize if you do not
Mm-hmm.
get back to us in that time frame. So we just wanted to let you guys know all of that. Now, I've also got a screen over here that I'm looking at. We've got a few viewers. Hey, everybody. Those haven't necessarily, let me see here. Oh, there you go. You guys are coming up. Hey, John, totally cool to see you. Very cool that you guys are here. And we've got Over the Hill RV is here. Nice to see you. And Paul. Very cool that you guys are here. So,
even if you're over the hill, at least you're still on the hill, right?
That's right. And it's always fun to see people that we hear from.
Mm-hmm.
On a regular basis often come on the screen. So that's very cool. And tell us where you guys are at. Oh, hey there. Hi, Josh. Great. Alrighty. So I am going to, without further ado, we're going to introduce you to the others that are on the screen with us today, or will be on the screen with us today. And we're going to start with Bruce. Sorry, I just lost you, Bruce. There you go. Hey, everybody. So Bruce, we're going to unmute you here. Bruce is with us from Jubilee RV. How are you doing, Bruce?
Excellent, excellent. Welcome to the live feed. Awesome. Very excited to be here.
Very cool. And we appreciate all the rigs that you guys shared with us for the show.
How many were there? Like 70?
Five. Yeah, 5 different.
Oh, you narrowed it down to 5.
Right on.
But they were very cool. So we're happy about that. All right. And then we've got Connor with us.
Hi guys, welcome. My name is Connor. I'm from Country Camping RV in Salmon Arm, BC. Hope you guys enjoyed the show.
Yes,
Yeah.
Well, we certainly enjoyed working with you guys on it. It was really nice to see all of your different rigs. And you know what? Each one of you showed us your rigs in just a slightly different way, and it was very cool.
Well, you had some fairly diverse units too, right? There was some different stuff.
Perfect.
That you guys shared with us, so that was nice.
Yeah. And then we also have Reed with us. Hi, Reed. How's it going?
Good, guys. How are you guys today?
We're good.
So
Good.
Reed is a product specialist with Forest River. And which ones are you representing the most?
I represent RPod and Surveyor, 2 lightweight towables.
And both of those were in the show.
Yep,
And
they both were.
Yeah. Where are you, Reed?
I am in Indiana, so sunny and 80 degrees out, so hi.
Oh, I guess
Wow.
that's something else we want to mention to all of you who are following along with us here. And where we are, we're in a severe thunderstorm warning, which often knocks out our power. So in the event that that happens, we will restart our power, restart our internet, and restart our live by making a new link on our channel. So that's how you would get back into this if that terrible thing happened.
It's unlikely, but it's something that could happen, I guess.
Yeah. So we've got lots of people coming on here. We've got Forsyth, we've got G. Messier from Winter Peg. Is it winter there? Let's see.
It's not summer here yet.
We've got Paul from Calgary. Oh, and John, you're in Michigan. How cool is that? And what else? Very cool. It's nice to see everybody. So any of you that have questions, please put them into the chat there, and we'll get one of these fine guys to answer it for us. And, hey, Rhonda. Very cool to see you. Kind of weird to do this, though, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
So what else do we have to talk about?
Should we do our first winner?
We could do our first winner. Let's do country camping. Are you ready, Connor?
You bet, guys.
In your prize package?
You bet.
Go give her, and then we'll tell you who gets it.
Perfect, guys. So in our prize package, we're offering a bag of RV Care leveling choice blocks, as well as a 50-foot RV Care water hose, 10-foot premium titanium sewer hose, and 3 packages of RV toilet paper,
Nice.
Yes.
as well as a city water adapter.
Oh, perfect.
Cool. Okay. So please forgive us if we don't say names right, because often the spellings that we get are hard to pronounce for us. So the winner of Country Camping's package is Kel Oinanen. So Kel, if you're out there watching, let us know.
And we will send an email.
We will.
Confirming that you have won. But again, you'll have 48 hours to
I think that's what
respond.
it is. So excellent. So let's move on then with some of our questions. First one I'm going to give to Reed.
Okay.
If you could just discuss the difference between the torsion axle and the leaf springs.
Yeah, torsion axles are all rubberized independent suspension. So small trailers, RPod style trailers, that torsion axle is a really nice axle for that. Leaf spring trailers or axles are more of a basic I guess, cost efficient way to do an axle nowadays. We use them on our surveyors. There's things you can add to them. More ride makes the thing you can add to it, as well as EcoFlex does. So your torsion axle is just going to be a little bit smoother ride, all rubberized, no metal to metal contact. So torsion axle is the way to go.
Do they last? Like, do they withstand the test of time? Like
They do.
They do.
They do.
So they have longevity.
And then as far as maintenance or jacking or things like that, is there any sort of special precautions that need to be taken there?
Not really. Nope.
Okay.
So you could actually jack on the axle, on a torsion axle?
Well, what do you mean by jack?
Like lift to change a tire. Can you jack?
You could put it right on the axle.
You can. Okay. Okay.
Better to put it on the frame, but you could do it on the axle if you had to.
Okay. Yeah. No, we had been told that we shouldn't do that, so we were just wondering about that. Okay.
Nice.
Great. Thank you.
Yep.
Bruce, do you want to chat more about electric stabilizer jacks? We noticed in some units have them, some units don't. Is that something you can add on or choose to have, or is that just something that comes straight from the manufacturer?
You can add them on. That's funny you just said that, because some really nice customers were just here and they had been just talking about that. The Aspen Trail that we have one with and one without, and they like the one with. The one without, to install them later, was quite a bit of money. So yes, it's better to get them if they're on there from the factory, just for costs reasons. They're a nice feature. Only in the last few years, I think it's been on the medium level trailers that they've been put on, and years ago they were on the fancier ones.
Right.
So nice and easy versus the crank down jacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the extra cost in the aftermarket is getting the electrical to the points of jacking.
Most of it is labor intensive through the wiring. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we do have a question here about that, about how much it costs to add it later. Did you get
$3 million? No, it's if they have a sealed heated underbelly, then it's even more cost effective. I'm going to say a few $1,000s.
Okay.
Parts, pieces, labor. Without the sealed underbelly, a little bit less. So it's much better if you can get it from the factory. Yeah.
Okay, but it's not necessarily a standard feature that you bring all your trailers in with.
No, the higher end ones, yes. But you know, the difference between, you know, $25,000 and $40,000, it's not something that the entry level trailers or RV buyers will have.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess if you break it down per cost per hour of winding that up and down, would it be worth spending the money to get the electric ones versus the manual ones?
Get your drill out.
Well, the lazy RVers. Bzz,
Right.
bzz.
Yeah.
That's me. You guys know about blue jobs and pink jobs, right?
Right. So you don't even care then.
At our office, we have blue jobs and pink jobs, and one of the most important jobs that pink does is decide what's blue or what's pink. So jacking is blue, emptying the tanks is blue.
What is pink?
Well, pink will let you know when she gets to it. Yeah.
It's all pretty fun. I mean, it is a super easy. Most of the RVing is much easier than it was, 20 years ago. So we're finding a lot of new customers, absolute newbies, which are fantastic. And it was a big spike recently for absolute new buyers. So come on out, new buyers. We will treat you right and make sure, you get to know how to do it easy.
I think you're right. And with this whole situation with the virus and all, people are I think people are looking to stay closer to home and yet be away from hotels and restaurants and things like that. And the RV gives you all of that.
Yeah, you can go where you want and you have your own space with you, right? So,
Connor, I had a question for you around that Hampton destination trailer that we showed of your guys's.
Yep.
I just wonder about, is there any restrictions on taking it places or putting it in any
Excuse me, yeah.
parks or things?
Yeah, so with the Hamptons, guys, there definitely is restrictions on where you're going to be able to tow. Here in BC, we're pretty good. We don't have much overpasses and underpasses like that, right? But definitely when you get down into the States, if you're traveling in those areas, for sure. And definitely here in BC, some of the Hamptons do meet the total length restrictions, right? So that's another thing as well. Our Hamptons are more of an RV that we deliver to you and set up on a site and kind of sits there for a good 4 to 5 years. And maybe if you're ready to move to a new location, give us a call and we can help you get it to the next location, right?
So that's just a service that you guys are providing then.
We are, yes.
Because a lot of folks use those as their cottage at the lake. And I know out here where our place is, people are buying their RV lot and putting things like the Hampton on there for their cottage.
Well, exactly. It's, a much more affordable cabin right on the lake, right? So, and that's the nice thing. It gives you the comfort of a cabin and in an RV, right?
right.
And it was beautiful.
Yeah. They are gorgeous. Yes.
Really nice.
Yeah.
So I guess then the other thought though, is you don't, as a buyer, you don't have to have a truck. I mean, when we think about buying an RV and having to get a vehicle to go with it as well, and the additional cost that is, with that particular one, you wouldn't have to worry about that because you guys would do all of the tracking.
Exactly, totally. So when we sell a Hampton, for an additional charge, there is a full setup of your Hampton. And the nice thing with that is you can get them skirted in. You can get the hard plumbing in, all those extras, right, that are going to make it more of a cottage than a trailer.
Right. Yeah. And like we said in the video, when we see those kinds of places, people are also adding in decks and things like that to make those glass doors just, you walk right out into your outdoor living too.
Exactly. I've seen some, beautiful outside kitchens added on to the Hamptons, give you some, when we're camping, 99% of our time spent outside, right? So
that's the idea. Yeah. When things aren't so great, you have great inside space. I mean, it's comfortable. There was tons of storage. You didn't feel cramped. You could have guests. It was
exactly. And with the double lofts and some of them, that's awesome as well. Most of us now are big families. So
are you selling a lot of those, Connor?
Yes, we have been. Yeah, we actually just put in another order here for hopefully in the next month we will see about 4 more. I know 2 of them are already pre-sold, but 2 are still available. So if anybody's interested, now is definitely the time.
Right. So let's talk about that. Are you guys finding, being so busy, being a time when RVs are booming, are you guys finding that there is stock out there to get at if you don't have a lot, or
and what are wait times like if someone did order something?
I think Reed should probably a little bit more than that, being from the factory. Reed?
Yeah, I would say right now, if you wanted to place a special order that a dealer doesn't already have on order, you're probably looking at September before you would see it.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've ramped production back up, but at the same time, our vendors can't just bring in more parts and pieces tomorrow. So the supply chain takes a little while to get going before we can ramp up. We have scheduled some Saturday production to try and meet some more of the demand, but you can only push your workers so hard. So
right.
And all of us out here buying RVs want you guys to take time to put them together. We don't want our RV rushed through a line, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, you still got to have quality control and
for sure.
Proper.
I saw a homemade camper the other day. It was plywood, nice T-top roof. Hey,
Yeah.
you got to do what you got to do.
It'll get you out there.
Uh,
Very nice. So we got another question here. You do have the Hamptons on your lot, right, Connor?
Yes, we do. At this point, we got one brand new Hampton, the bar one available. And then we do have a used Hampton as well available.
Okay.
And then I'm hoping to see the other two at the end of this month. They should be arriving.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions out there, everybody? Just throw them in the comments. Okay, here's another question for all three of you. You can say it however you like and whatever order you want to go in. But we noticed some of the trailers are using Asdel. And this is a product that we've done some research on, and we know there's varying opinions on it. Reed, do you want to tell us what you think about Asdel?
At my factory, we love Asdel. It replaces the wood on the exterior between your fiberglass and on a laminated wall between your aluminum framing. It's impervious to water. It won't rot. It won't mold. It's breathable. It's got twice the R value of wood. And honestly, it's just a great material, and we're not cutting down trees to use it. So it's a man-made. Comes in 4x8 sheet panels, just like your plywood would. But yeah, we're big fans of Asdel.
What's Asdel made up of? Like, what's the composition of Asdel? Do you know what?
It looks almost like there's fibers in it, so it's not fiberglass, but yet it's a composite. So it comes in I think it's a 1/8 inch sheet of thickness, and it's just uniform. There's no variations to it. Like I said, we've been using it for probably 3 or 4 years, and we're big fans.
So in my research, though, I found that it's a more expensive product to use.
It is more expensive. A couple of years ago, we had a big Luan shortage, which is your plywood that you use in your walls. So when the price of that started going up, Asdel became a lot more attractive. So we said, well, if we're going to pay more for wood and it's about the same price as Asdel, why wouldn't our end consumer want something a little bit nicer?
Right.
it's a more greener product.
Yep.
And the smell of it in the unit, there's no smell really. There was always talk about the smells of the RVs when they were new.
Yeah, the formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just that material is formaldehyde free.
Okay. Good. Any
Big
thoughts?
bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely find too, guys, as well as the Asdel is half the weight of the wood.
Yep.
In the lino when they're using that in regular builds, right? So if you're looking for a lightweight trailer you can haul behind your SUV or our Jeep, that's definitely the way to go for sure.
So does it have the same structural integrity as a Luan does?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You had a question about GVW.
GVW. So does GVW always include your axle weight plus your hitch weight? Like, is hitch weight always included in GVW on a trailer?
Anybody?
Yes.
I think those are separate, aren't they? Or no?
I don't know. I'm thinking like a tag on an RV that gives you the GVW. I've read different things, but I believe that it includes the hitch weight as well, because that's weight that could be in the trailer. Is that, maybe Reed can answer that? Do you?
As far as you're talking about GVWR, right? Gross vehicle weight rating.
Yes.
Okay, so that rating is the heaviest that trailer will be if you take your load capacity, your cargo carrying capacity, say it's 1,000 pounds, and your dry weight is 3,000 pounds. Your GVWR is going to be 4,000 pounds.
Right.
So yeah, it would include your hitch weight. You wouldn't add your hitch weight into it.
Okay. So hitch weight plus axle loading is the GVWR.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks for that.
That clarifies that.
Yep.
We've had a few people ask us questions about that, and we want to be sure we're answering them the best. Oh, I have a question about the surveyor.
Yep.
As we were looking through things in the show, we noticed that the surveyor's roof is a different product and has a bit of a longer warranty on it.
It does. It's a PVC roof membrane. It's newer to the RV industry. I'd say it's probably been around for 8 or 10 years. It's got a 15-year warranty on it. It's maintenance free, so you don't have to go up there like a rubber roof. You don't have to go up there and condition it. You can clean it with anything you'd like. So basically, the maintenance free part's nice. The 15-year warranty is nice. It's got a little bit better solar reflectivity. So on hot days, it'll keep it a little colder on the inside. It also has twice the puncture rate of TPO.
And so what is it called again, that particular product?
PVC.
Oh, it's a PVC. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can chemically weld it. I mean, there's lots of pros to it. Again, it's a little more money per square foot than rubber is, but it won't chalk. You won't have the black streaks going down the side of the trailer like you used to in the old days.
Right.
So a lot of benefits to the PVC.
What about weight? How does it compare for weight?
It's very similar.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
So, and as Corey and I always tell anyone watching our videos, there's a right RV out there for everyone. And there's lots of different factors that play into that, as far as where you go, how often you go, what your budget is. And so I don't think there's one, we can't say this is the best RV or that's the best RV. It's about what's the right RV for you and how you're going to use it. So sometimes some features are going to be worth spending the extra money for to you, and sometimes they're not. So, you know, those are the types of things to keep in mind, and feel free to ask more questions or even send us comments on our other videos or on our webpage where we can talk more about that, because the right RV for you is the one that gets you out using it.
That's a great point, Corey. There is not one RV that does the whole thing.
Yeah.
In your lifespan, you should probably own 7 RVs. Yeah. So that's a lot of RVs for one person, because there is no one right RV that will do everything.
And our lives change too.
It's all about lifestyles.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. And my lifestyle is different than my wife's.
No, you're right.
We each need an RV of your own then.
Don't get me started on that idea. I have another question here. Exclusive to the surveyor, or is it?
No, it's not. There's quite a few brands that do use a PVC roof membrane, and there's a couple companies that now are distributing it to us. It used to be just one had it, but now there's a few that are selling it to the RV OEMs. So no, it's not exclusive just to us, but you know, it's something that you want to look for when you go look at an RV. Does it have ASDL? Does it have a PVC roof membrane that has a little bit better warranty than 12 years? It's got a 15-year. So just a couple things on the outsides of the trailers that, I mean, it's getting beaten by the weather every day and the sun and rain. So just things like that you want to look at.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Shall we do another?
We could do another draw winner.
Let's do another draw. So, Bruce, do you want to tell people about your prize package?
Excellent. So our prize package does consist of the 2 director's chairs, and here's what it looks like. Okay, we've been advertising it on Facebook, and so
it's on ours as well.
2 director's chairs, a propane fire pit, awesome for when there's a fire ban, which it will happen later this summer, and the camping mat. So a little added extra features, nice stuff for when you can get out there, which will be now.
Absolutely.
And no matter where you are, I mean, we know what the rules are here in BC, but all over the place, things are starting to open up, and they're opening up to things like RVing, where you can get away from people in groups, but still be out and about and enjoying. So the winner of that prize package from Jubilee RV is John Sellers. John was on here earlier. If you're still here, John, yay for you! Nice. You win. And
where's John from? Does it say?
It did, but I don't have it written down. Sorry.
If he's on here, he can tell us.
He could tell us. John, if you're there, stay with us and let us know. Otherwise, we'll be sending you an email so that you can claim the prize. So hopefully.
Congratulations, John.
Totally. Oh, Michigan, he says.
Excellent.
I'm playing this from 2 screens so I can see both the delayed stuff and as it comes up here. Yay, John. Totally cool. All right, so let's move on then. Anybody have any other questions? You can just put them in the comments section. And you can always go back and watch the RV show video anytime because it stays up. And this too will be recorded and stay up on YouTube. So if there is something that someone said on here that you want to see again, then just come back and watch this video later and you can still get the information. Let's talk Murphy beds. We love the Murphy beds.
They seem to be becoming very popular.
They're on the comeback, so you can get a nice queen size bed in a shorter trailer. That's what that's all about.
And it's versatile, and you still get the other space.
Yeah, the little Viking we have, it's 17 feet long. Comes with a Murphy bed. It was a great idea because now you get a couch in the RV, which is very important. And you can have others. It's right behind me here, and it's so easy. And the couch is so important. So to have extra, couples around having a seat, it's great.
The nice thing about it is you can generally leave your bedding on it, so you don't have to make up a bed, even though the bed's up out of the way. At the end of the day, it's simple, right? You drop it down, get in.
And it allows you to have such a versatile space in a smaller trailer.
You're saying there has been more demand for that type of unit?
If I believe, and Reed, you might get this, is if they're put in the trailers and they're put out to the public, there's been a demand.
Right.
I'm thinking you guys do quite a bit of research on what's going to work.
Yeah, we've definitely looked at designing more floor plans around a Murphy bed just because of the length. They do very, very well on the West Coast, mountainous areas where people want to stay a little bit shorter. You guys don't have the big parks where you have 40-foot spots to pull in sometimes. So the Murphy beds are definitely doing well out in West Coast and all over. And there definitely is a demand for it. There you
go. When you read these magazines, you guys, they are so relaxing. They are so interesting. And it's, again, another part of the RV thing versus video screens on websites where you see a lot of numbers and shapes and sizes. These stories in here from people are fantastic. They're absolutely good reads. And there's lots of them out there for your own areas. And it gives you lots of good insight to how to do it.
Yeah. That's great.
Cool.
Okay, so moving on. Connor, can you tell us, once a buyer settles on the trailer, they've decided, or not even necessarily a trailer, but any of your RVs, they've settled on the one, how long before they get to have it?
And can you do everything in-house, like insurance and
financing,
all the full gamut? Is it done there? Do they need to go to other outside of the dealership to make the transaction happen?
So at Country Camping, guys, we can do absolutely everything from the sale to financing, even to insurance. The insurance company will just come right to you at the dealership. So that makes it nice and smooth. You're not having to leave the dealership to go get plates or anything like that. As far as delivery goes, that always comes into play with, especially right now, how busy everyone is, right? We love to get our trailers out as quick as we can, and we can do the next day for sure, but we like to, do a good PDI and a final detail for our customers before we send them out, and then a nice long orientation as well, because like Bruce was saying, we found this year a lot of new RVers are coming into the picture. So spending that little bit of extra time at the beginning with them, going over the RV, all the components, helps out in the long run.
Can
Right.
you explain PDI to people?
So that's just a pre-delivery inspection, guys. So basically, your RV will have a pre-delivery inspection from factory. Then it comes to the lot, and then we'll do one again on final sale. And we just go through the RV top to bottom, flash and flood is what we call it for all the appliances, run water through the lines, just to make sure everything's working in a great order before we send it out to our customer.
And then in the orientation, you're showing that customer how to use things, or how to, do you go over driving?
Well, exactly. So we go over pretty much everything from hooking up your equalizer hitch, because they're getting more complicated nowadays. And then even as RVs go, you know, they're not the old pull-out awnings now. Everything's pretty much push of a button. So
We're so
that
happy
makes it a lot easier for everyone as well. Yeah.
Right.
we could never reach the damn tab. It just doesn't work. Thank God for electric.
Exactly.
Connor, do you buy your delivery person pizza once in a while just to keep them happy? Because it's a super important job.
Every Friday.
We have a fella here, Barbecue Bob, I call him. He's fantastic and very, very good orientation. My classic story, and I'll keep this short, is on the delivery time. A doctor came in on a long weekend Friday. So long weekend Fridays, somebody's going to come in and want it today or this weekend. So long weekend Friday, he comes in. He's got a tent trailer. It's got no bathroom. My wife will not go camping with me without a bathroom. I need one now. So anyways, he was an emergency doctor in Kamloops. And after 5 hours, we delivered the trailer.
Wow.
And so I said to him, this is like when I come to you in emergency, I'm there for 5 hours. So yeah, that's kind of, you know, my delivery story.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of true too.
Yeah.
But that's
don't come on a Friday and expect it that day.
Right. So
yeah, it did happen.
Want it for the weekend, come earlier in the week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
unless you're a doctor and that's an emergency.
But it is good and important for buyers to realize that this is there's more to it than just picking that one, hooking it up, and driving away. And you guys try to provide those services so that people have the best experience once
it's not like the automotive industry. It's you know, the process is a little slower. It's a much bigger well, equal to, you know, the value. It's the second biggest thing you'll do beside a house purchase. So we want to make a relationship with you so that in the future you can feel like you know a place to come back and part of the family. But the process is a little bit slower. Takes quite a bit more time to prep the RVs. Yeah, right on.
Okay. So let's talk about that too, because you guys probably know more about that than we do. When it comes to equalizer hitches, as you mentioned, and things, or a fifth wheel hitch, or brake modules, those kinds of things, is that something that a customer would do on your lot in your dealership, or would they get that stuff and then come?
Yeah, most of the time it's upon delivery. The fifth wheel hitch takes a half a day for sure. The brake controllers, not quite, you know, if they don't have to do wiring. The import vehicles are a little finicky. They do take a lot longer, the imports. But all that stuff is number one, safety. So the brake controllers is number one, safety. The EQ's a second number one, safety. And then it comes down to the other, you know, safety items in the trailers and the breakaway pin on the trailer. So number one, period, is safety. We here will not let a trailer go without a pre-delivery inspection. People say it all the time. Well, you have to do that to a used trailer, specifically used trailers. You have to do the pre-delivery inspection. We spend on average, you know, a few $1,000s on each trailer. well, we don't need you to do that and clean it and put the propane tanks on. Well, the liability and safety is number one. It's not worth a life. Propane is dangerous, and the certification and the wiring and all that stuff. It's number one. Not worth a life. So yeah, deal with a reputable dealer. Be confident, and happy trails.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about service then. You guys have a service department. You service everything you sell, and do you also service other things?
Yes, it's an open door policy. We do promote all the dealers and the locals to buy locally if you can. If they have the product that you like and you want, buy it locally. We do have people coming from up to 18 hours away or 2 provinces away. We've delivered to Saskatchewan. That's halfway across the country. Haida Gwaii last year, I think we delivered 2 or 3 Winnebagos to Haida Gwaii, sight unseen. So today's industry, the webs and the YouTubes, the industry, it's 84% are buying online.
Yes.
That's just recently. So it's jumped up easy 20%. So the web presence is huge. And it makes it easier for, ourselves. People come in, they know exactly what they want. I
hear they're even doing online RV shows now.
I feel bad for the artists out there. I mean, the singer-songwriters, they have to do it online. Takes away that spontaneous connection to an audience, but the web whole thing has gotten a lot better. I mean, the product's better. Even today, looking at you guys, it's a pretty good feed. I hope the public there is feeling the same.
Imagine going through a situation like we did the last 3 months without having access to the technology that's available today, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's that's a whole nother thing. It's we didn't know. We never knew before. Now we know, and we know quickly.
Connor, are you guys doing online sales?
Yeah, so now we've got it integrated into our website where you can go and make an offer online, and we'll do the complete purchase process through online if you are worried about not coming into the dealership as well. Though at the dealership we have done all the protocols that BC is calling for with plexiglass on all the desks, plexiglass at part counters, and I mean, sanitize right now, right? So
we were also talking about service. Now you guys have a big service shop too.
We do, yes.
Are you servicing RVs that were not purchased at your lot as well?
Yes, we do. So we'll service RVs that aren't purchased from us. We don't normally do third-party warranty. We will service it, but it's just paid for, and then you take it to your warranty company. And then as well as, just a used RV you got that you need anything done, anytime, swing on in and we'll get you booked in. Sorry?
What's your wait time like? Do you have a big lineup?
Right now, it's a good wait time. So definitely if you're needing some service done, I would be calling Tanner, our service manager, and getting it in queue. It's probably, we'll get you in if it's an emergency, but you're looking at least a week to 2 weeks out right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what about
do you have Tanner's home cell phone number?
Yeah, I think he'd kill me if I put that out on here.
Poor guy.
The one thing I would like to add on the online sales, most OEMs or manufacturers nowadays, we do a 3D virtual tour of almost every floor plan. So that's the nice thing for the dealers, that they don't have to go out and try and take 1,000 pictures of every unit for a customer when they can go on our websites, basically see every trailer they want, every nook and cranny, and makes it a lot easier for everybody.
Good point, Reed. You are right. That 3D 360 view.
Yep.
Yeah.
So another question then, we talked about that, you know, to order something, it's a wait till September kind of situation. For both you and Connor and Bruce, are you looking elsewhere if something's not on your lot? That's something like, is that a possibility that you would get it from somewhere else?
Well, it wasn't the other day. No.
Oh, really?
If a dealer has, you know, he had 3, he sold 1, he's got 1 left. My fella wants it. Yeah, no. So the competition, it's always been very competitive. It's again not like cars. They make 8 million cars a year. Toyota GM makes 8 million cars a year. Toyota sells 8 million cars a year. GM sells 6 million. And the RV industry, I mean, there's some that make 2,000 trailers a year. That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
Individuals models, there are going to be 150 of them. Others make 50,000 a year. So it's very competitive, but and this glitch that we've gone through the last you know, shutting down, opening up, it was a glitch. I hope it doesn't happen again. And next year and the years to come will be, you know, business as usual, I hope.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you, Connor? Do you find the same thing, that you're not able to get something in for people occasionally?
Yeah, so you know, like with your brands, right? You deal your brands and your brands only.
Right.
Like Bruce was saying, it's pretty competitive, and especially right now with everyone being full game on, you're
Right.
in limited inventory from factories as well at this point, right? So you're wanting to hang on to your inventory for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess obviously you just said the flip side of that is if someone else wanted your product, you're not going to easily give it up either, right? If you
No, exactly. Yeah.
market for it. Yeah.
So people need to understand that then when they're purchasing too. Just got another question here, Reed, that you might be able to answer. Dawn's asking, you wonder when they ramp up production, does the quality not drop? And I just wanted to speak to that, because I'm thinking when you ramp up production, you also ramp up personnel.
Yeah, it all depends on how quickly you go up in production. Obviously, you want to get the right people in and train them the right way before you go from maybe 10 a day to building 20 a day. That's not something that's realistic in our world. Obviously, our main focus is quality. We want our customers to enjoy our campers. So we try to take it up in levels that it's still producing something that is you know, we put our name on. So.
Right.
Here's an interesting thing. Many years ago, there was an RV manufacturer, and they had 7 different colors of interior. So today, you'll get an RV, and there'll be 1 or 2 different colors, maybe 3. And so what I've learned was that 7 different colors starts at the customer wants this color. You got to send it to the factory, and it takes a long time to figure that out. And so too many options slows down the production. And Reed, you must, you know, agree, there's been a lot more internal, you know, what do you call it? Interior decorators that do a lot more research to get the colors right, to get the furniture done right. And it makes it a lot speedier in the factory.
That's for sure. You know, just on our pod product, but 3 years ago we had 8 options: AC, microwave, TV, this, that, the other. We looked at it one year and said 99% of our customers or our dealers are buying all these options. Why are they options? Just make them standard. Make stuff standard. Cut the choices down on the interior colors. I know of a manufacturer, and we might be talking about the same one. Had like 7 or 8 different exterior colors, and say they wanted the blue one. Well, the blue one's gone. They're gonna have to wait 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Typically, our lead times are 6 to 8 weeks. So this time of year, probably not. Just what's all going around. But yeah, if we can streamline it, it's the best for everybody.
It was nice to get that phone call. Oh, you want the blue one? What color's your truck? Blue? Oh, done deal.
Yep.
Right.
But it did slow production down. So factories have to be cost efficient,
Yeah.
and quality efficient, and speeding up that process isn't a bad thing. Making one trailer with wood and fiberglass versus why don't you make them all aluminum and block foam?
Right.
Speeds up the process a lot.
Yeah. So we just got a comment here from Blue Girl Deb about that they wants people to stop using all that brown. And I hear you, because we hear from a lot of buyers and we spend a lot of time at shows, and people are wanting to go with lighter colors, which I do see some manufacturers moving towards. But then we do still get people who are like, whoa, I like the brown. So it's tough for manufacturers to stay efficient and competitive and keep prices down and meet every color choice.
Find a middle ground, right?
Yeah.
Well, blue's been the most favorite color in the world for 100 years. Would you like to have a blue interior? No.
Well,
So
and
yeah,
that it's often these things are trends, right? And they're cool and wonderful today, but are they, in 5 or 10 years?
But if you keep them for 30 years, they swing around and they're a trend again.
we have one here with a green shag roof, green shag rug. It's about that thick, and you should come and see it. Just kidding.
Don's got the 190R. Oh, the 190R pod. So,
190. Yep. Awesome.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm just going through our.
Yeah, I was actually impressed with the AirPods when I went through them.
I really liked the one that was in the show there. Because you see, for me, we have the big rig for when we're off adventuring, but when we come back here, we don't have an RV, and that breaks my heart. And so we are always wanting to try something new and something small, and that R pod was perfect. I really liked it.
Our RV is actually in Indiana right now.
Yeah,
the RV is in Indiana right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that 190. Go ahead.
What does the R pod mean? R, what is it? Is there net?
Like your pod, our pod.
Okay, so it's not retro.
No.
Okay.
No hidden meaning.
Yeah, because it's very retro, cool looking. And I thought that was maybe part of the name.
Well, if you drag out the R and say "R pod," you sound like a pirate. So you could do it that way too.
That makes it sound just a bit funner. Speaking of vintage, because vintage is totally in these days, and Connor, you had that vintage one in the show too. I thought that was just the coolest little thing.
Yeah, so we brought on the vintage line from Gulfstream. We brought 2 in this year, and they're quite cool. They do go back to the old 80s with the white wall wheels and the red colors inside, back to the old wood look as well.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Shasta here in service last year, little yellow one, about yay big. I walked in it. I had to see it. I walked in it, and I was blown away. There was magazines, Lucy and Desi Arnaz magazines, and it just was perfect. It was really, really done well. Lucy Ball used to go from Hollywood to Palm Springs, and she would stay in her Airstream. And that's what they did. That's what the Hollywood people did. They went, it's like us Kamloops going to the shoe swap. They would go to Palm Springs, hang out in their Airstreams. And I always say that Lucille Ball would not believe the product we have today, because it's gotten much, much better. Airstreams are now $150,000, and they look the same as they did in the 50s. So
they don't look much different.
But they are very cool.
They are cool.
We've got a lot of Airstream on our channel, and we do have some old vintage stuff from museums as well. And I just can't get enough of them, because the real truth behind it is that the idea of what living in an RV, or what amenities you would have in an RV years ago, are pretty much the same as today. They just didn't have slides and stuff to make it that big, but the concept of how you do it has carried on and on and on.
Are they portholes to the future or portholes to the past?
Right. Yeah.
So if you, on this path that we're on, if you go back to the 30s, and it might have been the 30s, where in the, in the United States, the president during the Depression started all these parks. That's where it came from. That's where the RV came from, is way back then, to get people out and create jobs by making parks. So great history. It's a great culture, and that's what it is about. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to stay too long, but we do have one more giveaway, which is for, let me see, South Thompson. Now, Len's not with us, so I don't have the details on everything in his package, but it is on, the picture of it is on our Facebook page, and we will be sending an email out to the winner to make sure that you know everything that's in it, and then you can claim your prize by responding to that email. So the winner to that I haven't seen on here yet, but her name is Tina. I got to get new glasses. Tina Counterman. So she's winner number 3. We love that there were so many entries and so many people that were interested in the giveaway, and we will get in contact with you. Although be aware, if you don't respond to the email, and I think it's in 48 hours, but it's in the terms and conditions, we will have to redraw for your prize. So I'm really hoping that everybody responds, and then we'll get that all set up. Anything else you want to say, Reed?
No, I think we covered most of it. I appreciate your guys' support of the RV industry. Love what you guys do, and thank you for that. And thanks for having me on today.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us. We know it's helpful to us as RV users and our viewers who are thinking about what should I get and how do I know. And I know you guys provide huge support to the dealerships. And so we really appreciate you spending your time here with us too.
Yeah, it was great that you could join us. It was
no problem. Glad to do it.
It's been very popular. I'm totally excited. We've got 6,400,000 hits. That's pretty good.
That would be
gonna get some phone calls.
You betcha.
Well, and so to everyone watching, the links to the dealerships are in the video description. So if you have a question, or there's something that you want to take a look at, or if you're interested in purchasing online, you can do that through those. You can get a hold of Connor or Bruce or any of the other salesmen. And also at South Thompson, their links are there as well. So we want to encourage you guys to all use that if it works for you, and also make sure that you watch that video and see all of the products that they were so gracious to share with us. Anything else you want to tell us, Connor?
I just would like to thank everybody for watching, and thank you, Corey and Denise, for putting this on. I think it's a great thing to do, especially with what's going on in the world right now. And to everyone watching, if you're afraid to come in at this point in time, online's the way to go. So come check us out.
Awesome. Thanks, Connor.
Yeah, thanks.
1-800-RVs for fun.
That's a great number. Well, I do hope that people are getting out and about and starting to breathe some fresh air and not feeling quite so cooped up. And I mean, I get it. We're RVers and we think that's the way to go. But if you are an RVer already, you probably agree with us. And if you aren't, check it out. It's just a really fun way to feel safe and secure and enjoy the outdoors. And I know that Corey and I are looking forward to getting some things underway. And
she's got her RV radar on. Like, they're going down the Coquihalla and she's working away, and I see RVs coming, and it's like, just stops. It's like, wow, lady.
I love them all. And I'm really thankful to you, the dealerships, and you, Reed, at the manufacturer, for spending your time with us and teaching us more, sharing that with all of our viewers. It's really been fun, and we're really thankful that you came out.
Let's do it again.
All
Thanks,
right,
guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
guys. See you
Thank you.
later.
Take care.
Bye.
All righty.